Now I'm telling on myself. I said, I didn't pray. No, I don't want. I want to go to Buffalo. And I did not pray. I did not pray that night. I went to bed, and he prayed all night. And Mother Eubanks, of all things, the next morning he comes home with a bucket of paint. I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I told the Lord. I told the Lord that if he didn't want us to go, the sign that I would stay would be that I would paint our apartment. And then he would show me what I was supposed to do, you know. I was so outdone, I didn't know what to do. Because I was getting scared, because he done prayed up on something. And so he starts to paint the apartment. Well, it was easy to paint because everything was off the walls. And but the kicker is, it was a Thursday night. I'll never forget it as long as I live. If I live to be 102, I'm telling you. When he started painting, the phone started ringing.
Yes.
And business started picking up. Oh, God, help us. I said, and that night, because we had said we were leaving, the little people that was going to pay tithes wasn't paying nothing in the church. That night, I'll never forget that either. The more tithes came in than had come in for the whole month. That Thursday night, which was Bible study. And so he announces, we're not going. I can feel it now still, but I give God the praise. Because God worked. See, if God doesn't want you to do something, he's going to put all kind of obstacles in the way. But if your heart is right, which mine wasn't? No, I wanted to have a right heart. But it wasn't right because it's not, you should not pray. That's a double negative. You should pray when things are not as they should be. And not in the vein of, I don't want to pray because I'm scared God's going to. See, so somewhere in the recesses of my mind,
you knew.
I kind of knew that things was going wrong because God didn't want us to go. But I still wanted to go. See what I'm saying? So that's why I said my heart wasn't right. But God got me right. Don't worry about it.
Thank you,
He got me right. That's why I can stand now like I can stand. And we stayed there another 3 years. And God told us to come out here. Well, I wasn't that anxious to go then because things were getting better then. That's right. But I heard God's voice. And so I was gung-ho to go because I knew that it was God said to come to Portland, Oregon. Although I didn't know anybody here, didn't know a soul, that I knew that I knew. Excuse me. And so I'm just trying to tell you, listen to the right voice and to the Word of God and to your, and we've got to learn how to obey. We don't want to obey our leaders. There's just something in the human breast that resists obedience, isn't it? But you got to learn how to obey. Learn how to obey this word. If God said it, that's what it is. You don't have to believe it, but receive it. You know what I mean? You don't have to believe, just receive it. And if God says pray until something happens, that's P-U-S-H, push. Pray until something happens. Stay on this altar and pray until something happens. Because God cannot lie. I ask you, do you believe God's a liar? If God said, if you would turn from your ways, which is your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions, and seek my face, I'll hear from heaven and I'll heal the land. So do you believe God will do it, or do you not believe he won't, or you believe he won't do it? I mean, what is our problem? I was afraid to pray because I believed that part of my heart was right, because I believed God was going to do the right, I believed it. So we got to learn to stay on this altar until, and sometimes, we get, the scripture says, be not weary in well-doing, for in due season you'll reap if you faint not. But see, there's some things we do and we do and we do and we do, and you think you're not reaping or you're not getting any results. But I did this, and I've had people say, well, I did this, and I did it for so long a time. But, who are you to say how long it takes God to work? It doesn't take him that long, but he wants to get you to the place where you're willing to submit. And when I submitted to being in Portsmouth, Ohio, with those few folks, then God started saving. And he started working when I submitted to that. Mm-hmm. But if I'm sitting up there upset because I'm with a bunch of old folks, here I am old. That's the way I was feeling. That's why I did with these old folks and nobody young here and blah, 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 blah. And I hear people talking those similar things, but, we didn't have as many, we have not as many people as, don't count Tina and Mother back there. Just as many, we have about, that'd be a full church right here. Mm-hmm. From Mother Kennedy all straight back, that'd be a full church. Ooh, glory to God. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 folks tonight. Glory! And the only problem was the deacon didn't like us. And
oh, man.
The deacon didn't like the pastor, and the mother didn't like me. True story. I'm telling you, I went through some stuff. The deacon did not like the pastor because he was too progressive. Just doing everything, and he was just trying to fix the building up. That's why he didn't like it, because he was always trying to fix up. Mm-hmm. You quit telling me not to fix things up, girl. Mm-hmm. Oh, my CFO over there. You tell me, you better quit. No, don't tell me that. But, I know it's not that way. But, but he really didn't like it. He really didn't. And he just couldn't stand it. And the mother thought I was high-minded or something. Mm-hmm. And she didn't like me. She didn't like the clothes I wore. She didn't like nothing. She didn't like them. So, you're in a little place like that, and you got 5 or 6 people that kind of halfway like you. The main ones don't. That's rough. That's rough.
That's bad.
But my point is, I'll tell you one thing. I was praying before I went there, but I prayed and I prayed until I found the Lord. Say, well, you found the Lord? Yeah. I was saved and sanctified and spoke in many tongues, but I found the Lord in Portsmouth, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was already saved, been saved, living for God. I wasn't doing none of the things that, the world does. But, honey, I found the Lord because I knew how to go to that church and pray morning, noon, and night. Mm-hmm. Or in my home or wherever it was. I prayed and prayed and prayed. And God undertook and showed me the way. Mm-hmm. So if you will pray until, as I say, pray until something happens. Mm-hmm. Hear the voice of God first, and then keep on praying. The songwriter says, until light breaks through. He'll answer you. He'll answer you. But he can't answer you if you got a stout heart. That's the problem with some of us. We have stout hearts. You know what a stout heart is? Mm-hmm. I just can't stand this, and I just can't stand that. Well, you will.
That's true.
God will fix it till you will stand it. He will fix it till you will stand it. And not only will you stand it, you'll stand it and like it. You'll learn to like it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. God is not to be circumvented by human efforts. His plan for you. We sing the song, have faith in God, have faith always,